world is a loud, desperate place, filled with people who are terrified of their own reflection. They spend their lives performing, dancing to the tune of social expectations, begging for a scrap of attention to prove they exist. And then, there is you. You walk into a room and the air thins. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to wear neon lights. Your presence alone creates a vacuum that others struggle to fill. They call it intimidation because they don't have a word for a woman who is entirely self-possessed. They see your independence as a threat because they've built their lives on the fragile foundation of needing others. To be a Sigma female is to be a ghost in the machine. You see everything, but you are beholden to nothing. You are the anomaly in their social equations. Today, we aren't just discussing why you are intimidating. We are dissecting the architecture of your power. This is the truth about the Sigma female and why your very existence is a quiet revolution. Point 1. The calculated economy of your words. Most people use speech as a defense mechanism. They chatter to hide their anxiety, to fill the void, or to manipulate how others perceive them. You treat language like a rare resource. You understand that every word you utter gives the world a piece of you, so you choose to remain wealthy in your silence. When you don't respond to a provocation, when you don't offer a polite laugh to ease someone's social awkwardness, you are taking control of the narrative. People are accustomed to women who serve as social lubricants, women who smooth over the edges of a conversation. When you refuse to do that, you leave the edges sharp. Your silence forces others to confront their own inadequacies. They begin to wonder if you're bored, if you're judging them, or if you've already seen through their facade. In reality, you are simply observing, analyzing the data points of their behavior without the emotional noise. This analytical distance is terrifying to those who rely on emotional cues to navigate life. Your silence is a mirror, and for those who are living a lie, looking into that mirror is a nightmare they can't escape. Point 2. The immunity to the tribal hierarchy. From the time they are children, people are taught to find their place in the pack. They look for the alpha to follow or the beta to dominate. They crave the safety of the group. But you are the outlier. You see the social ladder for what it is. A playground structure for people who haven't grown up. You don't care who the queen bee is, and you don't care who holds the most influence in the office. Because you don't want anything from them, they have no power over you. Power in society is based on the exchange of favors, validation, and status. When you opt out of that exchange, you become an unpredictable variable. You cannot be bought with a compliment, and you cannot be silenced with the threat of social exile. You are a sovereign nation unto yourself. This absolute autonomy is deeply unsettling to those who define their worth by their rank. They look at you and see someone who has broken the rules of the game, yet is somehow winning. They hate that they can't place you, and that inability to categorize you is what keeps them awake at night. Point 3. The unblinking gaze of the observer. There is a specific way you look at people, not with aggression, but with a terrifyingly clear neutrality. You don't look away when things get uncomfortable. You don't perform the submissive eye flick that society expects from women. You look at the world with the eyes of a strategist. When someone speaks to you, you aren't just hearing their words. You are watching the micro expressions, the nervous tics, the gap between what they say and what they mean. People can feel when they are being truly seen, and most people are terrified of being transparent. They spend so much energy crafting a mask, and your gaze bypasses that mask entirely. It's as if you are reading the source code of their personality while they are trying to show you the user interface. This level of perception creates an immediate power imbalance. They feel exposed in your presence, as if you know their secrets before they've even finished their sentence. You aren't trying to be a psychic. You're just paying attention. But in a world of the blind, the person who sees is always feared. Point 4. The fortress of your boundaries. For the average person, boundaries are flexible things, stretched and warped by the desire to be liked or the fear of being difficult. Your boundaries, however, are made of cold, hard steel. You know exactly where you end and the rest of the world begins. You don't explain your no. You don't offer long-winded excuses to soften the blow of your absence. You simply state your terms and move on. This lack of negotiation is perceived as coldness, but it is actually the ultimate form of self-respect. People are used to being able to wear others down through guilt or persistence. When they hit the wall of your resolve and realize it won't budge, they feel a sense of vertigo. They realize that you cannot be managed. You are not a project, you are not a subordinate, and you are not a tool for their convenience. Your refusal to be malleable makes you an obstacle to their ego, and people always find obstacles intimidating. You are the architect of your own life, and you don't allow unauthorized personnel into the construction zone. Point 5. The rejection of the feminine performance. Society has a very specific script for how a woman should move, speak, and exist. You are expected to be the nurturer quote, the peacemaker quote, the soft place to land. A Sigma female often lacks these performative traits not because she is heartless, but because she is efficient. You don't waste energy on the tilting of the head or the high pitch of voice designed to make men feel powerful or women feel safe. You move with a masculine directness and a feminine intuition, blending the two into something entirely unique. This gender bending of the social soul confuses people. They don't know how to interact with a woman who doesn't seek their protection or their approval. You don't play the damsel, and you don't play the mother. You're an individual, first and foremost. By stripping away the layers of expected performance, you reveal a core of pure competence. Competence is the most intimidating trait a person can possess because it doesn't require permission to succeed. Point 6. The comfort in the void of solitude. Most people are running from themselves. They surround themselves with noise, people, and digital distractions because the moment the room goes quiet, they have to face their own thoughts. You, however, seek the quiet. You thrive in the dark. Your ability to spend days, weeks, or months in your own company without feeling lonely is a superpower that looks like a threat to the insecure. They think if she doesn't need anyone, then she's dangerous. And they're right, in a way. A woman who is happy alone is a woman who cannot be controlled. You don't stay in bad relationships because you're afraid of an empty house. You don't stay in toxic jobs because you're afraid of the unknown. Your solitude is your laboratory, the place where you refine your mind and build your strength. When you emerge from your private world, you are more focused and more dangerous than when you went in. People sense that you have a secret world they can't access, and that exclusion drives them mad. Point 7. The absence of the competitive drive. You aren't running the same race as everyone else. While others are exhausted from trying to outdo their neighbors or prove their status on social media, you are standing still, watching them run in circles. You don't experience envy because you don't compare your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. You are only in competition with the woman you were yesterday. This lack of outward competition is deeply frustrating to those who define their success by being better than someone else. They try to provoke you, try to spark a rivalry, and you simply look at them with mild curiosity and go back to your work. By refusing to compete, you render their victory meaningless. You are the only player on the board who has realized the game is optional. That realization is the ultimate source of your intimidation. You are free, and in a world of captives, nothing is more terrifying than a woman who has unlocked her own chains. The truth is, you don't try to be intimidating. You don't wake up and wonder how you can make people feel small. It is simply a side effect of your clarity. You are a high voltage wire in a world of low wattage bulbs. You don't have to do anything to make them flicker. Your mere presence is enough to overwhelm their circuits. So, let them be intimidated. Let them whisper. Let them call you cold or distant. It only confirms that you are living on a frequency they can't tune into. Your life is not a performance for their benefit. It is a masterpiece painted in the dark for an audience of one. Stay in the shadows, stay focused, and never apologize for the space you take up. The world will try to shrink you, but you were born to be vast. Stay Sigma.